It feels like with thriller recommendations, people always mention the same shows over and over. Stranger Things, Squid Game. Those are great and everything, but Netflix actually has quite a few others that are well worth your time right now in 2026. So if you're looking for thrillers and mysteries that deliver the tension, the twists, and the kind of storytelling that keeps you up way past your bedtime, today I've got you covered. And real quick, before we dive in, all the streaming availability details for every show today are in the pinned comment below. Go check that out. First up is a Mexican crime series that's easy to scroll past without realizing how strong it actually is. It's set in Tijuana, right on the US-Mexico border, and follows a covert special forces team whose entire job is hunting down American fugitives who thought crossing into Mexico meant escaping justice forever. It turns out it doesn't. This is not a slow burn character drama. It's a tense, action-heavy crime thriller that moves fast and hits hard from the very first episode. It's best watched when you're in the mood for something gripping and adrenaline-fueled, because once it gets going, it really doesn't let up across all 12 episodes.
Police! Drop your weapon, cabrón!
What makes it land differently from a lot of crime shows is that it's inspired by a real unit, one that has reportedly deported over 1,600 fugitives since 2002. So underneath all the action, there's this layer of authenticity that makes everything feel just a little more intense. Harold Porras in the lead role is genuinely excellent and carries the show with a lot of weight and presence. Don't go into it expecting a slow procedural, but for something that plays like a fast-moving action thriller with real substance underneath, this one is a very strong watch. That show is The Gringo Hunters, and it's on Netflix now.
I think I'm getting framed for murder.
But if you want something with a little more conspiracy and paranoia in your thriller, you'll really enjoy the next one. This is a show about a CNN anchor who retreats to a quiet cabin in the Poconos to write his book and decompress. His piece lasts about 5 minutes before he discovers his neighbor's body and ends up framed for the murder. The victim, it turns out, was a leader of a white power movement, which makes the frame-up even more dangerous and the conspiracy he stumbled into even deeper. This is a very fast-paced and plot-driven thriller, similar in energy to something like The Fugitive. It's really all about momentum and paranoia as the lead tries to clear his name while uncovering how far the corruption actually goes. Every episode ends on a twist or cliffhanger that makes it very easy to keep watching. Coleman Domingo is outstanding in the lead role, and the supporting cast, Bradley Whitford, Allison Wright, John Ortiz, all deliver. The writing respects your intelligence, which honestly isn't something you can take for granted with Netflix thrillers. If you like conspiracy thrillers that move quickly and don't waste your time, The Madness is a very easy recommendation. Before we keep going, if you're enjoying this video and you're not subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that button now. A like also helps more thriller fans find this channel, and that's always a good thing. Okay, back to the list. Next up is one of the most unexpected combinations on this list. It's a comedy thriller, and if that sounds like it shouldn't work, just stay with me. It's created by Lisa McGee, who made Dairy Girls, and it follows 3 women in their late 30s whose lifelong friendship gets tested when they learn a 4th childhood friend has died. Strange things start happening at the wake, and what follows is a darkly funny and genuinely dangerous journey across Ireland as they try to piece together the truth about their shared past. This is a very sharp and entertaining series with a tone that's hard to pin down in the best possible way. It's funny when you're not expecting it to be, and then suddenly it's tense and unsettling.
Everything's fine. Shitballs.
McGee describes it as a wild Irish odyssey, and that's probably the most accurate description you're going to get. It's best watched when you're in the mood for something that keeps you slightly off balance throughout. Don't go in expecting a straight thriller or a straight comedy. It lives somewhere in between, and it's better for it. The direction is genuinely stunning, and the 3 leads have incredible chemistry. If you like genre-blending series with strong female friendships at the center, this one is well worth your time. That show is How to Get to Heaven from Belfast, and it's 8 episodes on Netflix. Then at number 3 is one of the most structurally clever crime shows on this entire list. It follows a detective assigned to a cold case department who gets handed the disappearance of a prosecutor who vanished 4 years earlier. Standard enough setup, except the show runs 2 parallel storylines simultaneously. You're watching the detectives work the case from the outside, and at the same time you're watching the missing woman herself, trapped and trying to solve her own situation from within. Both perspectives are moving toward the same answer from opposite directions, and it creates a really sustained and uncomfortable tension throughout. Matthew Goad plays the lead detective, and he's very good here, bringing a lot of nuance to a character who is technically a mess but functionally sharp. Kelly MacDonald is also excellent in a supporting role, as she always is. One honest note, this show is 9 episodes, and some stretches feel longer than they need to be. It's a story that probably could have been told in 6, and there are moments where the pacing tests your patience a little, but the central mystery and the performances are strong enough that it's worth staying committed. If you like cold case crime dramas with a clever structural twist, this one is a solid watch. That show is DEPT Q, 9 episodes on Netflix. Next up is a show that has absolutely no business being as frustrating as it is, given how much raw talent is involved. It's a mystery thriller about a reporter who returns to her hometown after a former classmate is murdered, only to find that the detective leading the investigation is her estranged husband. That setup is genuinely compelling. The atmosphere in the early episodes is thick and moody, and the two leads have real chemistry that makes you want to follow them. And then the plot keeps adding twists, and then a few more on top of those. By the back half, the story gets so convoluted that it starts working against itself, and some of the more serious themes get handled in ways that feel a bit too casual for the weight they carry. Here's the thing though. Tessa Thompson and John Bernthal are genuinely excellent throughout. There are scenes, particularly around the emotional history between their two characters, where the show becomes exactly what it always had the potential to be. Those moments land. It's just a shame the writing around them doesn't always hold up. It's worth watching for the performances, and the first half especially is engaging. Just go in with tempered expectations for where it ends up. That show is His and Hers on Netflix now. Then at number 1 is what I think is the most purely satisfying thriller series on Netflix right now. It's a 3-part adaptation of an Agatha Christie novel set in 1925 England. A country house party, a prank goes wrong and someone ends up dead, and a sharp, determined young woman decides she's going to find out exactly what happened, even as powerful people would very much prefer she didn't. This is a very well-made and entertaining mystery series, with a tone that's witty, fast-moving, and genuinely fun, which is rarer than it should be in the thriller genre. It's not dark or grim. It's the kind of show that's confident enough in its storytelling to be clever and light on its feet without sacrificing any of the tension.
Someone arranged them like that deliberately. I think it's connected to Jerry's death.
Be careful who you speak to about this.
Mia McKenna-Bruce as the lead is outstanding, magnetic, and completely compelling from start to finish. Helena Bonham Carter and Martin Freeman round out a cast that's doing everything right. Writer Chris Chibnall and director Chris Sweeney clearly understood what made the source material special and didn't mess with it. 3 episodes means you're essentially committing to a long film, and it flies by. If you enjoyed something like And Then There Were None or any of the better recent Christie adaptations, this one sits comfortably alongside the best of them. That show is Agatha Christie's 7 Dials, and it is the most effortlessly enjoyable thriller on Netflix right now. So, that's 6 thriller and mystery series on Netflix that are absolutely worth your time in 2026. From action-heavy crime dramas to clever cold case mysteries to a Christie adaptation that gets just about everything right. All the streaming details and availability are in the pinned comment below, so go check that out before you decide what to watch tonight. If one of these made it onto your watch list, drop it in the comments. I'd genuinely like to know which one caught your attention. And if you're not subscribed yet, now's a good time. There's plenty more of this coming. Thanks for watching. See you again soon.